All right, you guys, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour we're going to be practicing our reading and pronunciation as we read through a short story. The short story we're going to take a look at this hour is entitled Bowie. You can find the link to the story in the class materials section, as well as the Verbling and the Google chat boxes. All right, and let's see who we have in class so far. Hi there, Victor. How you doing?
Hi, Chad. I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Glad to see you as well.
Okay, very good. We also have Leonardo. Hi there, Leonardo. How are you?
Good evening, chat. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to have you here.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. We also have Heidi. Hi there, Heidi. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Good to see you. Welcome back. We also have Amparo. Hi there, Amparo. Welcome to class.
Hi, teacher. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's start off with Amparo this hour. Okay, Amparo. Please read from most families. Okay, and let's see here. Let me have you read down to here where it says in Saturday mornings, please.
Okay. Most families in our small Texas community of 5,000 owned but one car in those days, the 1940s, and we were no exception. Ours was a 1941 Ford two-door sedan. Of course, Dad needed it for his business on a daily basis. So mother had no transportation except when he was at home. Weekends and mainly Wednesdays, due to Wednesday being Green Stamp Day, were reserved for major grocery shopping, paying bills, running errands, and doing most everything else not possible during the week. While living on the Fort Worth Highway, Mr. and Mrs. Brown's small grocery store was next door, so Mother could get by if a food emergency arose. Milk was no problem. The milkman left plenty of the front on the front porch early each weekday and Saturday mornings.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, let's take a look at three words here. First up, we have the word major. Give me a good J here. Major.
Major.
There you go. Very good. Next is the word mother instead of mother. It's mother.
Mother.
Okay, excellent. And let's practice this number here. 1941. Give me a good 19 here. 1941.
1941.
All right, very nice. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to Daniel. How you doing, Daniel?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Very good. Good to have you here. Let's have you, let's see here. Continue through here, finish this paragraph, and read down to homemade ice cream, please.
Okay. Thick glass bottles of sweet cream, butter or buttermilk, with rich cream which had risen to the top, and ready to be poured first for a coffee additive, cereal, or baking. The bottle's lid was a round, flat paper disc which was easily removed to drink directly from the glass container, an act which Dad regularly did, and one that we kids were never allowed to indulge in. At least when anyone was looking, margarine came in a clear plastic bag. It was colorlessly white, with an orange-yellow dot the size of a quarter in the center of the mass. One of us kids was always recruited to massage the bag until the colored dot was spread throughout the margarine, making it come alive with the correct and appetizing golden tint and hue. Family entertainment consisted mainly of listening to the radio, an occasional drive around town on Sunday, or a real treat was for mother to make a batch of homemade ice cream.
Okay, very good job. Very good. Let's go to this word here. The word is recruited. Recruited.
Okay, recruited.
There you go. Good. Next up is, all right, the word margarine instead of margarine. Margarine.
Margarine.
Okay, very good. Next is the word regularly. So this U is a GU sound. Okay, so regularly.
Regularly.
Okay, very good. Next up is the word risen instead of risen. Okay, short I sound. Risen.
Risen.
Okay, very nice. And the last one for you is the word glass instead of glass. Okay, use an unvoiced S. Glass.
Glass.
Okay, nice job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Next up is Heidi.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Heidi, let's see. Please read from Peach Made with Our Own. Okay. Finish the paragraph. And let me have you read down to this comma right here. Opening to closing, please.
Okay. Peach made with our own backyard, hand-picked fruit, and as well as chocolate were our favorites, except for my sister. She was partial to vanilla. Even in such a small town, there were anywhere from 1 to 3 downtown movie theaters operating at any one time. Admission was a whopping 9 cents. Dad gave each of us three kids a quarter on Saturdays and 15 cents on Sunday to indulge in this, our favorite pastime. Aside from the admission price, we could spend the remaining fortune any way we choose. The discretionary spending led to some pretty hard choices for us. Popcorn was 5 cents a bag, and so was a Coke. There was plenty of penny and nickel candy available to ensure the movie theater ended up with every cent before the day was ended. However, movies ran continuously from opening to closing. So,
okay, just tell there. Very good. All right, very nice. Let's go to this word first. Okay, so since the stress is not at the beginning of the word, okay, the stress is right here, continuous. Okay, we're going to say kun instead of con. Okay, kun, continuously.
Continuously.
There you go, that's it. Okay, next up is the word chose, right here, instead of choose. Okay, or the way choose, it's chose.
Chose.
Okay, good. Next up is the word whopping. Okay, so this is an ah sound here. Whopping.
Whopping.
Okay, very nice. Next up is the word anywhere. Okay, so here, there were anywhere. Okay, so instead of only putting the stress here, we actually put the stress at the very beginning and then at the end. So it's da-da-da, anywhere.
Anywhere.
There you go. Good. Yeah. So it's at the beginning and then a little bit at the end as well. Okay. Good. And the last one. Okay. Working on as well as. Okay, so as well as chocolate. As well as chocolate.
As well as well as as well as the chocolate.
Okay, as well as. So a trick.
As well
Yeah,
as.
a trick here. So on this first one, you're going to pronounce that as. Okay.
As well
Next one, you're going to pronounce that as is. As well as.
as. I can't.
Okay. So pronounce an uz sound. As well as. As well as.
As well.
There you go. Okay. So as well as chocolate.
As well as the chocolate.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's try that one more time. As well as chocolate.
As well as the chocolate.
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. All right, nice job. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, very good. Let's go to our next reader, Igor. Let's see here. With us? Nope. All right, let's go to Leonardo.
Yeah, Chad, I am here.
Okay, Leonardo, let's have you read from so people could.
Yeah.
Okay, finish this paragraph. Let's have you. Okay, let's have you read down to here. Benny Fred Brady, please.
Okay.
Good.
So people could stay inside as long as they wanted, watching the same show over and over again. I did just that. Besides, they had to only conditioning in town. We didn't figure out until much later that the generous stipend given to use for the movies was really to allow mother and that time alone. It worked really well. Generally, I don't remember being much of a problem to mother or dad. However, I spent the vast majority of my waking time outside playing, lost in imaginative thought or scrolling building supplies for a clubhouse, third pirate ship, or attracting someone else. Says my older brother, Dale was off somewhere with his friends. I recruited whoever else was available, usually either Gary Prestwood or Benny Fred Brady.
Okay, all right, very good. Let's take a look here. Okay, first up, this word is pronounced available. Available.
Available.
Okay, very nice. Next up, instead of recrowded, this is recruit with an oo sound.
Recruit. Okay.
Okay, recruited.
Recruit.
Okay, give me the ed ending. Recruited.
Recruited.
Okay, very good. Next up, this word is pronounced since. Since.
Since I say since.
Sites.
Science. Since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, since. Okay. Next up, this word here is pirate. Pirate.
Pirate.
Okay, very good. All right, next up is, okay, this is going to be imaginative thought. Imaginative thought.
Imaginative thought.
Okay, very good. Let's go to the J sound here instead of majority. Majority.
Majority.
One more time. Majority.
Majority.
Good, good. Next up is the word worked instead of worked. The ed ending is a T sound. Worked.
Worked.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Here, instead of alon, this is alone. Alone.
Alone.
Okay, very cool. Next up is stipend. The word here is stipend.
A stipend.
Okay, all right. So instead of saying stipend, take off that at the beginning. So it's stipend.
Stipend.
Okay, one more time. So you're saying eh. So focus on that S. I want you to start off with that S sound. I want you to say stipend.
Okay. Stipend.
There you go. That's it. Okay, good. I knew you could do it. Next is conditioning. Conditioning.
Conditioning.
Okay, good. And your last one here. Okay, instead of over and over again, okay, this is over. Okay, practice those V's. Over and over.
Over.
And then here, this is a short I. Again.
Again. Over again.
Okay, one more time. Over and over again.
Over and over again.
Okay, very nice job. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay, next up. Okay, Omar. How you doing, Omar?
Hey teacher, I'm doing very well. Nice to see you.
Hi, good to see you again. Okay, very good. Omar, let's see here. Omar, I hope you're safe. You're in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you and your family are okay.
Yeah, we're okay, teacher. Thanks for asking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, man. Okay, so continue from sometimes. Finish this paragraph, and let's have you read down to and 8 her up, please.
Okay. Sometimes alone and sometimes not, some adventures took us to the far reaches of our small community. The places we ended up would scare the bejesus out of parents today. We'd walk the railroad tracks looking for anything we could find, and sometimes that was considerable. Taking the tracks all the way across town to my great-grandparents' house, the always wide-eyed visit to the hobo camp, or just a half-day trip to our favorite fort and hideout on a cougar mound. All were exciting and we brought the fun with us. Cougar Mound wasn't much as mountains or even hills go, but it was ours. Cougar Mound was special, although just an ancient outcropping of boulders on the edge of town about 100 feet high. Legend had it that some time ago a cougar lived up there and had one time carried off a little girl and ate her up.
Okay, really good job. Really good job. From what I remember, when you were in classes, your THs were giving you troubles every once in a while. Your THs were awesome. Okay, no issues with the word the or any of the endings. Your vowel sounds were all really good. Okay, I only have 2 words here for you. One has to do with the stress in the word, and the other one is an R. But the rest of your R's were awesome. Okay, really good job this time. Okay, so this word here, okay, instead of outcropping, okay, the stress is at the very beginning. Outcropping.
Outcropping.
Okay, very good. And the last word for you is considerable. Okay, so watch that R. Okay,
Yeah.
considerable.
Considerable.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Again, everything else sounded really good. Okay. Have you been doing practice on your own or attending other classes or anything like that?
Actually, I had some friends now. I used to practice with them, so this is why I don't like some Americans. So this is why I don't join like verbing as I used to join.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're sounding really good. From what I remember, yeah, your accent has really gotten much better. Much better. Yeah, congratulations. That was really good. Nice job, man.
Thank you.
Very good. Let's go to Victor.
Okay.
Okay, Victor, let's have you read from Somewhere in the Dark. And let's have you read down to Comanche Indian Territory, please.
Somewhere in the dark recesses of our minds, We knew the story was fabricated to keep us kids away from there, but the story just added more excitement to our visits. It was a really neat place, with large boulders, crevices, small caves or Caribbean islands, forts, pirate ships, and cowboy campsites. It was anything we wanted it to be. From the top, you could see several miles in any direction. It was perfect. We were always certain to bring along our single-shot, lever-action Red Ryder BB guns or Roy Rogers 45 caliber cap pistols to add yet another dimension to our duel-to-the-death gunfights. I can still smell that pungent black powder in the air as we triumphed over the outlaws. In reality, 100 years ago, that entire area of north-central Texas was deep into Comanche Indian territory.
All right, nice job. Really good job. I really liked how you said wanted it to be. Okay, instead of saying wanted, you were saying wanted it. That sounded really good. Okay, nice job. Let's take a look here at two words. Okay, this first one is probably a new word for you.
Mhm.
Okay, the word is pungent. Pungent.
Pungent.
Okay, good. And the last one, okay, is perfect. Instead of perfect, with an air sound, it's perfect.
Perfect.
Good, just like that. All right, nice job. Very good job, Victor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chad.
No problem. Okay, let's see here. Igor,
Hello, teacher.
how you doing? Welcome back.
Thanks, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Good to have you here. Okay, Igor, let's have you read from Finding Arrowheads. Finish this paragraph. And I'll have you read down to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down to here. This will be good. So, or when to do it, please.
Finding arrowheads on the mound was a pretty common occurrence. The hobo camp was a hit and miss situation most of the time. Sometimes no one would be there at all, and other times several men would have a makeshift camp set up. Everyone told us to stay away from there, but of course that just made us want to go even more. Most of the hobos were men who had been discharged from the service after World War II and had just never made it home yet. Others had no home to go to. We never really found anything sinister about any of them. They were just regular people who seemed to like to ride the rails and experience what there was out there. One of the common reasons some of the men seemed to share was that no one was telling them what to do or when to do it.
Okay, nice job. Very good, very good. Let's go to the word regular right here. So this U is going to be an EU sound. Okay, so it's regular.
Regular.
Very nice. Very nice. Next up is, okay, were men. Instead of man, with an A sound, this is a short E. Men. Okay, so most of the hobos were men.
Most of the hobos were men.
Excellent. That's it. Okay, and the last one is a short I situation. So instead of heat and miss, okay, this is hit and miss.
Hit and miss.
That's it. Good. Nice short I sounds. Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do it. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, let's continue with. Is this Daniil?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Daniil, where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
From Kazakhstan. Okay, good. Good to have you here. Okay, Daniil, let's have you read from They Had Fought.
They had found for our
Oh,
freedom.
hold on. So from they had fought down to here where it says in a hobo camp, please.
Now, okay?
Yep, go ahead.
They had fought for our freedom during the war, saved the world, and now they wanted to enjoy some of it. But there were others who had been wounded in places that you couldn't really see. They had scars that would never heal. I remember several occurrences during that time period when men would knock at the back door of our house, always the back and never the front door, and ask if they could do any kind of work in exchange for food. Mother always fed them, even if there was no work for them to do. They were always very nice and polite, and always paid particular attention to me. As a child of about 5 or 6 years old, in other uh, cir- cir- circum, uh, circumstances, you'd have thought they lived next door instead of in Hoboken.
Okay, very good job. Very good job. Let's take a look here at the word thought. Oops, right here. Instead of thought, this is an ah sound there in the middle. Thought.
Thought.
Okay, very good. Next is the word circumstances. Circumstances.
Uh, could you repeat, please?
Sure, no problem. Circumstances.
Circumstances.
Very good. Okay. Next up was or is the word men. So let's see here. Men at the back. Okay, so when men would knock. So here instead of saying when man with an a sound, this is a short e. When men would knock. Try that.
When men would knock.
One more time. So men. When men would knock.
When men would knock.
That's it. That's how you say it. Good. Good. Okay. Next up is occurrences. Instead of occurrences, this UR is only an sound. Occurrences.
Occurrences.
Okay. There you go. Next up, instead of scares, this is R. Scars. Scars.
Scars.
Okay. Very good. Next is the word wounded. So this is an oo sound. Woo. Wounded.
Wounded.
Okay, very nice. Here instead of war, okay, this is war with an O sound. War.
War.
Okay. All right, very good. And let's see. Our last word here is let's see. During. Instead of during. Okay, instead of an oo sound, it's during.
During.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's go back up to the top here with Amparo. Or let's see. Where did I start at? Yeah, I started with Amparo. I started with you today. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Please, please read from the ones I met. Finish the paragraph. Okay, and let me have you read down to here. Our little corner of the world, please.
Okay. The ones I met were never mean or sneaky or dirty or in any way desperate acting. They always offered to do work for their meals and seemed to just enjoy the company. I remember those instances quite vividly. Whenever I wanted to go somewhere, be it down the block to Jerry's or Benny's Fred's house, uptown to the picture show, or a trip down the dirt road for to swim in Mr. Lassen's cow pond, or tank as we call them, there were but two choices of transportation: riding my brother's huge bicycle or walking. I had no problem with walking 5 or more miles barefoot along the very hard and rocky dirt roads to get to where I wanted to go. Summertime brought a very visible heat wave rising up from the roads and dry vegetation in our little corner of the world.
Okay, nice job. Good job with world as well as heat. Okay, you nailed that E sound. Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word pond. Okay, so this is instead of cow pound. Okay, this is cow pond.
Cow pond.
One more time. Cow pond.
Cow pond.
Okay, very nice. Next up is the word dirt. Instead of the dirt road, the dirt road.
The dirt road.
Okay, very nice. And one last word for you. Okay, instead of desperate, okay, desperate. So go right from that P to the rit. Yeah.
Desperate.
One more time. Desperate.
Desperate.
Good, good, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
So world. Next up is for Daniel.
Yep.
Okay, Daniel, please read from the red dirt roads. Okay, choose. All right, let me have you read down to hotter periods of summertime, please.
Okay. The red dirt roads often burned my seasoned feet, and I would use any discarded materials available to fashion walking pads to shield them against the heat. Old cardboard worked pretty well. I tie strings to a piece, then hold the string to keep the cardboard snugly against my feet. It worked pretty well if I wasn't going far. Finding patches of green or dry Johnson grass was always welcomed as makeshift shoes. In summertime, wearing real shoes was never really an option. As soon as school was out for the summer, the shoes came off. Something else was always present from July through October: the buzzing, rattling sound of cicadas. I don't know how to pronounce that. Although most everyone around there called them locusts. Later on, I learned the difference. Their constant buzzing always heralded the coming of the hotter periods of summertime.
Okay, nice job. Nice job. All right, let's go to the word periods. Give me a good R here instead of periods. Periods.
Periods.
Okay, nice job. Next up, this is going to be buzz. Now here, this is when you can use that Z sound. Buzzing.
Buzzing. Buzzing.
There you go. There you go. One more time. Buzzing.
Buzzing.
Great, great, good. Okay, yeah, and this is fine. I think it's cicadas or something like that. In my area of the United States, we call them locusts as well. And these are, I don't know if these happen in if you have them in Colombia there, but we have them here in Costa Rica. It's the craziest thing. They've got tons of them. There's a certain time right before it gets really hot during the summertime here, but they're all in the trees, and it's like that buzzing.
You call it cicadas in Spanish?
No, I my wife told me what it is. I can't remember what it is, but I call them locusts in English. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy, crazy loud, really loud. Okay.
In Spanish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 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 Next word here is present instead of present. Okay, stress is at the very beginning. Present.
Present.
Okay, so this is the present is going to be the verb. Present is the noun.
Okay. Got it.
Good. Next up is the word snugly. Okay, so here you had said snuggly. Okay, so let's take off that ul sound. This is going to be snugly. Snugly.
Snugly.
Good. And your last one here is the word old instead of ald. Okay, it's old.
Old.
Good. Good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, summertime. Okay, next up is Heidi.
Yes.
Okay, Heidi, please read from I can't hear. Okay, finish this this paragraph and read down to let's see here. Read down to here where it says was just for show, please.
I can't hear them to this day without instantly being mentally transported back to those times. Of course, during the bad weather or rainy days, we weren't allowed to stray we weren't allowed to stray far from the house. So we'd all meet at the nearest deep ditch in the rain. The catch crawdads with our hand. It didn't rain often in Bowie, but when it did, the ditches would fill up fast. We never understood where those crawdads lived when it wasn't raining, or even during some of our worst drought. But there were plenty of them during the flood. When we got a jar full, we'd release them and start all over again. When the rain finally ended, we looked like crawdads or ourselves, muddy and wet from head to toe. Of course, our mothers would yell at us, but I think that was just for show.
Okay, nice job, nice job. All right, let's take a look here. Let's try out this phrase right here. This is going to be, we looked like crawdads ourselves.
We looked like crawdads ourselves.
Good, yeah, so that word is crawdads. Okay, so one more time. We looked like crawdads ourselves.
We looked like crawdads ourselves. What does it mean, crawdads?
Okay, crawdads are, these are a freshwater type animal or fish type deal. Crustacean, really. It's a crustacean. It looks like a lobster, but they're just small. I used to catch crawdads all the time. We would eat them. We'd catch a whole bunch of them. You could eat the tail. They're delicious. Yeah.
Wow, delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but they only live in fresh water. Lobster are in the ocean. Crawdads are in like lakes and rivers and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Let's go to. Okay, so here we had a few words, so 3 words, where you had dropped the S on them. Okay, so let's practice that. So this first one, this is floods.
Floods.
Good. This here is droughts.
Droughts.
And hands.
Hands.
Good, good. There you go. Okay. All right. So we've got crawdads. Okay. Last word here is right here. This is transported. So the stress is at the very beginning instead of transported. It's transported.
Transported.
Good. All right. Nice job, Heidi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I think it was just for show. All right. Next up is Leonardo.
Yeah, Chad.
Okay, please continue from the situation. Okay,
Yeah.
finish the paragraph. Here, finish this paragraph and read down to Jimmy Pierce, please.
Okay. Jimmy Pierce? Yeah, okay. The situation gave them an excuse to throw use in the bathtub, something they dearly loved to do. They knew that we knew that we were filthy and could argue. Besides, Adolfo was worried about my entrepreneurial endeavors were varied and somewhat imaginative. When living in the house on the Fifth World Highway, something during my first or second grade in school. This was around 1947 or 48, while playing in the alley behind our house. I discovered an inordinate amount of scrap metalline about. Unclaimed, most of it was rusty husks on discarded for equipment, car parts, untool parts, uh, etc. etc. The Second World War had only recently ended and scrap metal was still in demand. Halfway down the block lived a man who was creepy and who I visited almost every day, Jimmy Pierce.
Okay, very good. All right, let's take a look here. First up, we have the word crippled instead of crippled. Crippled.
Crippled.
Good. Next up, instead of livid, this is lived. Lived.
Lived.
Okay. All right. So you're pronouncing this E. Okay. The E should not be pronounced. Instead of livid, it's lived. Lived.
Lived. Lived.
Okay. So now this is why this would be important. Okay. Because if you say livid, livid is actually another word that means extremely mad. So if you're saying that there was an extremely mad man, okay, it's different than saying there is a man that lived or dwelt there. Okay, so we need to take off that id. Okay, so it's lived. Lived. There you go. That's it. One more time. Lived.
Lived. Lived.
Okay, getting closer. You said it at least one time, so I know you can say it. Okay, so yeah, this would be a good word for you to work on. Okay. Okay, and then also study the ed endings. Okay, so the ed endings seem to be a challenge for you every time that you're going through and reading them. Okay, knowing when to pronounce it like a D or a T or an ID. Okay, so study those. Okay, this word right here is pronounced scrap.
Scrap.
Okay, good. Let's go to let's see here. Okay, this word here is pronounced utensil. Utensil.
Utensil.
Very good. Next up is the word imaginative. Imaginative.
Imaginative.
Okay, very good. Then we've got the word varied instead of varied. It's varied.
Varied.
Good. And this big one right here is pronounced entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial.
Entrepreneurial.
Okay, very good. All right, next up is the word, couldn't. Couldn't.
Couldn't.
There you go, couldn't. Okay. Here we have the word dearly instead of dare. Dearly, it's dear. Dearly.
Dearly.
Okay, good. Next up is the word throw. Throw.
Throw.
Okay, so that TH is going to be like a theta. Throw.
Throw. Throw.
There you go. There you go. Much better. And our last one here is gave instead of gave. It's gave.
Gave.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Nice job. Thank you. Okay. Next up is Omar.
Okay.
Okay, Omar, please continue from all of his waking. Okay. Continue here. Finish his paragraph and read down to here where it says somewhat time consuming, please.
Okay. All of his working hours were spent sitting in a makeshift bed installed in the rear seat of a custom 1938 Buick parked in front of his house. He fixed broken household appliances, as well as buying scrap iron from anyone who would bring it to him. He supplied me with a tow sack, and I was in business. I ranged to literally every corner of our community, through every alley, into every barnyard, through every ditch and culvert, and along vast stretches of railroad tracks in search of my rusty gold. Jimmy paid me a penny a pound for it, rust and all, and 3 cents a pound for copper and brass. It was a veritable bonanza. Even at my young age, I had lots of money to spend on anything I wanted. Of course, this opportunity proved to be somewhat time-consuming.
Okay, nice job, nice job. Let's take a look at 2 words here, okay? First up is veritable. Veritable.
Veritable.
That's it. Okay, very good. And your last one here, instead of walking hours, it's long A. Waking hours.
Waking hours.
Okay, all right, nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, consuming. Okay, let's go to Victor.
Okay.
Okay, Victor, please read from an all-day trek. Okay, finish this paragraph here and read down to afraid of hard work, please.
An all-day trek on Saturdays looted me maybe 30 cents. That was a lot of money to me in those days. Besides, I thoroughly enjoyed going places, seeing, exploring, and experiencing new and different things, while still being engaged in productive and gainful employment. I loved my work. During my tenure and toil in this line of endeavor, I became sort of known around town, and people looked out for my welfare and safety. There weren't the same dangers out there for a small child as has developed in later times. Mother allowed me lots of room to grow and experience life. This combination of just the right elements fit my personality and needs perfectly. Another money-making scheme was cutting weeds for the neighbors. I was not afraid of hard work.
Okay, nice job. Very good job. Let's take a look at 2 words. Let's see. First one right here is fit. Okay, instead of feet, okay, give me a short I. Okay, okay, the right elements fit my personality.
The right elements fit my personality.
Okay, very good. And the only other one, okay, was probably a new word for you. Okay, the word here is pronounced tenure. Tenure.
Tenure.
One more time. Tenure.
Like 10 years?
Yeah, almost like 10 years, but without the S. So it's 10 year. Tenure.
10 year.
Good. Yeah. Tenure. When you say it this way, during my tenure, it's when you were in charge of a certain element. It's in charge of a certain thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tenure.
Good. Good. Yeah. Tenure. Okay. Good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Next up is Igor.
Sure.
All right, Igor. Please continue from it seems down to here where it says maybe 50 cents, please.
It seems that Johnson's grass grew everywhere in our town, and no one liked or wanted it around. Livestock couldn't eat it without making them sick. It was unsightly and grew so fast no one uh, could keep it cut for any length of time. Of course, I was too small to use a lawn mower yet, but was a demon with a weed whacker. We called it a yo-yo. Anyhow, I would cut entire pastures, acres of Johnson grass in the summertime. I'd swing that blade until I couldn't move. People who hired me would bring me fruit jars or ice-cold water, wet towels, bologna, sick, sandwiches, cookies, etc. Because I'd rarely take a break until the job was completed, I learned to appreciate and like work during that period. Besides, it paid well. For a 4-hour job, I'd get maybe 50 cents.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, let's go to first up the word bologna. Bologna sandwiches.
Bologna sandwiches.
Very good, very good. Next is okay. So here instead of lawn mower, okay, this is lawn mower. Lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Okay, very good. And your last word is the word couldn't. Instead of couldn't with an oo sound, it's an couldn't.
Couldn't.
Okay. All right. Nice job. Nice job. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's go to Daniil.
Yeah.
All right, Daniil. Let's have you continue from that's a lot. Finish this paragraph. Read this next paragraph. And come down to here where it says for a nickel each, please.
Okay. That's a lot of movie time, not to mention popcorn for me, Gary Prestwood and Benfred. One of the scheme which worked pretty well was when Dad was building a garage apartment behind our house. I take buckets and fruit jars full of ice-cold water to all the workmen. They were very appreciative. Most times I collect a nickel from each of them and made many trips. Overhead was low and profit was high. Everybody won. In watching boys in the movies selling newspaper by hawking them on street corners, I stumbled onto another opportunity. I made a deal with the Bovie News to buy the surplus issues at noon for the cents a copy. And then I'd stand on the corner and hit every store, barber shop, the pool hall, taxi stand, drugstore in town and sell them for a nickel each.
Okay, nice job, nice job. All right, let's go to Let's see, this word right here, the word is pronounced issues. So this double S here, this is going to be an SH sound. So this is issues.
Issues.
Okay, very good. Next is the word stumbled. Stumbled. Try that.
Stumbled. Stumbled.
Okay, very good. Next up, we have the word, okay, here, this is hawking. Hawking.
Hawking. Hawking.
Okay, good, good. Next up is, okay, the ED ending right here, this is collected. Okay, so most times I collected a nickel.
Most time I collected a nickel.
Okay, make sure to put the S on the end of time. So most times I collected a nickel.
Most times I collected a nickel.
Okay, very good. Next is, okay, the word, let's see, very. Okay, so they were very appreciative. Give me a good V sound there on very. They were very appreciative.
They were very appreciative.
Okay, all right, good. Next up is the word I'd. Make sure to pronounce that D. I'd take buckets.
I'd take buckets.
Okay,
I'd
good.
take.
All right, and your last word here is garage instead of garage. Okay, this is garage. Try that.
Garage.
Okay, one more time. Garage.
Garage.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, you guys. Excellent reading. Okay, you guys did really well this time around. We were able to get around twice and have you guys read big chunks. Okay, so really good job. Nice improvements for a lot of you guys. Okay, so keep up the good work, and I will be back tomorrow night with beginning and intermediate reading. Okay.
Okay,
All right, guys. Thanks for
you.
coming in.
Thank you.
See ya.
Chat,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Thank you.
Bye. See you later.